It's once again on top of the world with 113 total medals, including a leading 39 golds ahead of China and the Russian Olympic Committee. But we saw an odd thing happen throughout the games. Some on the far right seemingly rooting against American athletes. Take a look.
Isn't this Exhibit A why Olympic ratings are so low this year? The focus on woke and not the win?
Well, not only why the ratings are low, but why Team USA has done historically bad. Maybe they should pay more attention to their actual sport and less attention to their activism.
I found myself rooting against not just Megan Rapinoe and her merry band of America-hating female soccer players. They lost one game, I guess, over the last few days. But I took pleasure in the men's basketball team, USA's first team loss since 2004. Yes, Team USA suffering an embarrassing loss to France, 83-76. The collection of whiny, overpaid social justice warriors are very hard to root for. The team is filled with anthem kneelers, and I find it ironic they are willing to put USA across their chest, but in the not-so-distant past, they would kneel for the anthem.
Wokeism makes you lose, ruins your mind, and ruins you as a person. You become warped, you become demented. The U.S. women's soccer team is a very good example of what's going on. Earlier this week, they unexpectedly lost to Sweden 3-0. And Americans were happy about it.
So you know who has the gold medal? Russia. Russia. I have to go look at these 4'11" Russian Olympians chewing on their gold medals, smirking at the Americans. I'm not okay with that. But honestly, that's where we're headed. We are raising a generation of weak people like Simone Biles.
Eddie Glaude, what was I just watching? What happened there?
Just a kind of montage of stupidity, Mika. In so many ways, these are the same people who will not express outrage over January 6th. The same people who are standing by and justifying the attempt to sack the Capitol. The same people who are quiet as reports pour out about an attempted coup to overthrow the election. I don't know what patriotism means for these people, Mika. In some ways, what we see is an identification, a kind of hatred of difference. The woke men's basketball team, Kevin Durant is some big political activist now? That makes no sense. Rapinoe, what is distinctive about everybody they singled out? They're different. They're not like them. They're not Americans. In some ways, it was a montage of stupidity and hate. But in another sense, just really quickly, it's hypocrisy at its core. These folk don't know what patriotism means unless it aligns with what they think America should be, period.
Also, we should note that the men's Olympic basketball team won the gold medal. And they won the gold medal game by beating France, the team that they lost to early in the tournament, but they won the game that actually mattered to win the gold. And I do think that we should not lose sight of just how challenging these Olympics were for all athletes from every country, of course, played in this pandemic, with not having their usual support systems of family and friends being able to be there, with some teams scaling down on their coaching staff, the presence and the challenge, being afraid of testing for the virus day after day after day. And yes, this is Olympics where we start talking about mental health in a different way, in a very healthy way. And I think that will be one of the legacies of the Tokyo Games. But just simply this, at the end of the day, you point to the scoreboard. The U.S. team, for all of its, quote, struggles, ended up with the most gold medals and the most overall medals, as it usually does, Mika.
You are correct. And I think you make a great point, Jonathan Lemire. Thank you.